World Vegan Month, like I mentioned earlier. It's celebrated around the globe as a time to recognize how far the vegan movement has come in highlighting the accessibility and benefits of a vegan lifestyle and some of the challenges. Clinical dietitian joins us, Hilit Milner. She's in studio chatting about the lifestyle effects of following such an eating plan. Madame, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, are you a vegan yourself?
I'm not
a
vegan myself.
Okay.
I have a cooking blog where I do a lot of vegan recipes, but I'm not a vegan myself.
So, do you believe in meat-free Mondays? Because that's something I do.
I do. I mean, I think it's definitely something that everyone can sort of adopt just to give their bodies a bit of a break and the environment a little bit of a break from eating animal-based products. And it
So it does make sense.
Definitely.
Now, generally, like World Vegan Month, why is it so important that we need to acknowledge it and talk about the importance of going vegan?
So I think World Vegan Month is just bringing about awareness in terms of what a vegan diet is. Many people maybe don't know what a vegan diet is, and they're hearing the words because it's part of the trend at the moment.
Yes.
But maybe having a better understanding as to what a vegan diet is, what it offers the body, what are the risks, what are the benefits. So really just creating awareness to the public.
So why is it that a lot of people are now going vegan? What is the thing? Like you said, it's a trend. A lot of people, they'll tell you that, no, I'm vegan. Like, oh, no, I don't eat this. No, I don't eat that. Why is it that a lot of people are now going vegan?
So aside from the trend, which I do think does egg a lot of people on to become vegan.
Yeah.
I think people are becoming more environmentally conscious. So I definitely think that's playing a big role and a big factor in terms of people becoming vegan. In terms of medical reasons, there's a lot of new scientific evidence in terms of cholesterol reduction, reducing inflammation in the body. A lot of people have had, or a lot of my patients have had success with weight loss when they've become vegan. So I do think people are becoming more conscious in terms of their health, but also in terms of their environment. So it's basically about, making themselves feel better and also trying to help out in terms of environmental sustainability.
But is it accessible in terms of the food that you got to eat? A lot of people find it a little difficult to get the right diet when they're going vegan.
I think people maybe have the to actually follow a vegan diet, it's really eating chickpeas, beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, tofu, things that are quite accessible. Stuff that's been available to us, chickpeas, beans, and lentils.
They've always been there.
They've always been there. People are just noticing them more now. And yeah, I think also, in terms of the products that are out there, whether they're accessible or not, people need to be wise and smart as to what vegan products they are choosing, because sometimes they're not necessarily better than the animal-based alternative.
And what are the stigmas associated with veganism?
What do you mean? What are the stigmas?
Are people talking bad about it? What are the bad things that they speak about? Like, it's not healthy, it's not good for you. You end up needing meat, So
I think there's always going to be naysayers to everything.
Yeah.
So whether people are saying, why can't you eat meat and you should be eating animal-based products, I do think that there's some merit in what they're saying. When you're going vegan, there are some deficiencies that you can develop from a dietary perspective. And you do need, if you're not getting the animal-based products that are giving you those particular nutrients, particularly vitamin B12, then you're missing out. So there is merit to maybe, some people are vegetarian and they're still having eggs, for example, so that they are getting that protein and they are getting those nutrients. So maybe the stigma would also be that people are just following a trend, and the naysayers are also saying that, well, there's a big debate in terms of whether it is a problem for the environment to eat meat and chicken. Is it really a problem? What we need to actually do to decrease greenhouse gas emissions, and is the answer to go completely vegan, or is it not? So there's also an agricultural debate. It's not just a dietary debate and a, environmental debate at this stage.
Now, Hilit, we had a dietitian on the show a little earlier, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to just ask directly as it is, and I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
What is your typical daily diet? What do you, on an average day, what do you eat for breakfast, lunch, and supper?
So for breakfast, I probably have a slice of rye toast with avocado and a poached egg.
Okay.
Which is one of my favorite things.
That is actually quite nice, actually.
And then I'd probably have a fruit and some nuts as a snack. For lunch, it's probably a tuna salad. In my salad, I never use lettuce. I always use like darker green leafy veg, like baby spinach, cabbage, things that will provide me with more folic acid and good compounds that actually activate healthy gene behavior in the body. As a snack in the afternoon, if I do have one, quite boring, but maybe like Provita crackers and some nut butter or nuts again. And then for supper, it's always something different. So I do meat-free Mondays at home.
Okay, cool.
So we'll have a variety, whether it's a chickpea stir-fry. Meat-free Monday doesn't have to be a complicated thing. Everyone thinks, I can't have meat, so what am I going to prepare and how am I going to make it? But it's simply, you can do a stir-fry and put some chickpeas in.
The usual. You just do it without meat.
Yeah, you can make like a cottage pie with lentils. There's so many fantastic ideas. Red bean, like kidney bean burgers, which take really, really quick. So they're really good ideas to make. And if I am having meat, then I'd probably have like ostrich steak or an ostrich burger, chicken breasts and vegetables and some quinoa. So there's always a grain, a protein, and some veggies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, maybe we should take it back a little as well. Vegetarian, vegan.
Right.
Do you mind just differentiating
Sure.
What is what there?
So vegan diets have no animal-based products. So that means
Nothing, yeah.
They're not having dairy, they're not having eggs even, no fish, definitely no chicken or meat or lamb.
That's vegan.
That's vegan. Vegetarianism, some of them, it depends what type of vegetarianism or they are, because you can have vegetarianisms who have eggs and dairy products.
Okay.
So like a lacto-ovo vegetarianism. Or you can have those some of them that do actually have fish. Well, that's a pescatarian, but you can have a variety. But generally, vegetarians, they won't have your chicken and your meat and your lamb. Some of them do have dairy. Some of them do have eggs, for example. But a vegan won't have any of those.
Okay, so and you're a clinical dietitian, right?
Yes.
So what is an average day for a clinical dietitian? What type of clients do you need to deal with? What do you do?
So I actually do a variety of things. It depends. You have dietitians. Most of the time when people ask you, what do you do as a dietitian? And they think you're only consulting in rooms, but there's a variety of dietitians doing very different things. So I work at a private hospital, which I was working for full-time for 5 years, and then I left and now I'm there part-time.
I see.
So I'm there once a week. I do private patients consulting, seeing a variety of different patients. So those who are interested in weight loss, cholesterol, diabetes, general health and well-being, autoimmune diseases or surgical cases as well. I do a blog, I write a blog, and I love cooking. That's really where my passion lies.
That's where the passion lies.
Yeah, so I try to develop a lot of different recipes and do cooking vlogs and things like that. So I'm the type who likes to have a variety of everything. But dietitians do a lot of different things. So for example, in the hospital, they work a lot in the ICUs with the ventilated patients, feeding them and making sure that they're getting the correct nutrition. So it's not as one thinks all the time.
Where you sit and consult.
Yeah.
Hilit Milner, thank you so much for joining us. I really
Thanks
appreciate
for having me.
Just
Thanks.
drop your blog, your social media quickly before we
So
let you go.
my blog is Sunrise by HM.
Sunrise
and
by
the handle is @Sunrise by HM, and the website is www.sunrisebyhm.com.
Clinical dietitian, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on the
Hilit
show.
Milner.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much. World Vegan Day evolved into World Vegan Week, and now what we celebrate as World Vegan Month, where vegans and veganism is celebrated in workplaces, shops, restaurants, and all homes all over the world. Clinical dietitian Hilit Milner spoke to us about the health benefits.